see if it's going to start. Don't know that the recording started. Oh, there it goes. Hey, so thank you for joining everybody. It is the 17th of May. It is kind of a chilly day here in Denver. I am ready for spring to move out and summer to move in. Hope everyone is doing well, had a good weekend. I was checking our numbers this morning. For the first 2 weeks of May, we're right at about 1.5 million. So on track for closing out the month after the next couple of weeks, right around the 3 million mark, which is a good place for us to be as we're getting our growth back. If you guys, as you're seeing more invoices going over, if you would just keep an eye out for addresses that may seem not correct. There's been a lot of updates going on in the industry. We have noticed a couple of vendors that have updated our information incorrectly, and we do want to make sure that we have got the correct Salt Lake City, Utah address on all of our vendor profiles. So as you're getting confirmations coming through from different vendors, please just keep an eye on that for us and let me or Meredith know if you do see any that come across with a strange address on them. We will get those addressed right away. In addition, in the last year, we have been doing our ARC consolidation project. We are pretty much through with our top suppliers that we use and are now just kind of in those random buckets. The challenge that we will probably always have, because it just proves to be incredibly challenging, is with individual hotels. We can update our ARC number. We can update it with IATA. We can send messages out to the chains that our address has changed, or our IATA number has changed for the program, and hotels just are notoriously bad at doing any kind of updates. So please, any of those that you see that do not have Utah on them, please let us know. We'll get those addressed directly with the hotel properties. Everyone should now be booking under 06512376. The only exceptions would be if you have an unused ticket that would have been under a previous number, or if you have a booking that has been canceled, rebooked over the last year that may still need to be processed under the original. But anything new should be getting booked under 06512376. I have updated our Teams channel with a lot of information and resources. So please go there. If you do not yet have a login to the Teams, please let me know. I can get that sent out to you. Meredith and Allie can get that invitation sent out to you as well. So if you're on the phone with either one of us, we could each one of us can do that. We are moving all of our resource content from the Resource Center on Air Portal to our Resource Center resource guide within Teams. So it really is very important that you have that Teams channel and that you've installed the Teams program either on your computer or on your phone, or both. It's a great web-based application, easy to use. If you have not done that, please let us know, because we want to make sure everybody has access to this information. The platform that Air Portal has been using for the Resource Center, we have just found has not been enhanced over the years, and it is really not very stable. In fact, many people are finding that if they go to log into the Resource Center, it does not display. So make sure before you need it that you've got access to our Teams channel. The airline carrier contracts are not housed in that Resource Center. They are still in Air Portal, but you'll go under employee tools and there's a section for carrier contracts. So the carrier contracts are on a server all by themselves. They are remaining there. Those are not moving. It is just when you go into Resource Center and go to that leisure tab or hotels or cars, ground transportation, all of that content we are moving off of Airportal. And so I am moving it into the Resource Center on Teams for us. Yeah, go ahead.
Kirsten,
Someone had a question?
I have a comment or request. I've still had a couple of people who still don't understand where to find the resources in Teams. And I know you showed that last week, but if we may have some different people on it, but I've had a couple of requests this week for that. So if you wouldn't mind showing your screen and showing that again.
Absolutely. Yeah, so I am on Teams right now. You guys will, I've got a few different channels that'll be listed for me. The channel that you're being invited to is the Andavo Advisor Connect. And so the invitation will probably come from Christofferson Andavo, and it'll walk you through doing the install of the program. Once you have that installed on your computer, you'll see these subcategories. The general tab is really where we have everything that is files and resources housed. So this is your main category that you're going to go to is the general tab. At the top of the general tab, there's posts. We won't really use that, but we do have files. Within the files, we've got some different folders that we have created here. Accounting forms. So if you're looking for a form for a charge request for a refund on an international ticket, or if there's a company credit card usage that you need, those forms will all be here. And we've also got some information on air desk procedures, client-based how-tos, as well as some of our hotel program details. This hotel program details is really more of the PowerPoint presentation that the hotel program provided us. Other information that you'll find is in the resource guide, and this is really where I recommend you guys spend some time in finding your content that you're looking for. So under the hotel programs, this is what we've moved over on all of the programs that we are subscribed to. This does not include anything Virtuoso, other than we've got just an update of what Virtuoso has to offer. If you're scrolling through, you'll see the different program, what it has to offer, and then any rate codes. So here you've got Apollo, Sabre, and WorldSpan and what that rate code is that you would be using. May be different based on a room category, like Accor Hotels has a code for standard rooms and a different code for suites. So depending on the room category, you may need to have a different rate code that you would enter in. And then if there is any promotional information as far as like a higher commission rate, that would be listed as well. So like with Belmond, we've got 14 to 18% commissions dependent on the property that what promotion they may have going on. We've also got information on our tour operators and cruise lines. This is primarily just our main contacts, our main reps contact information, as well as our agency's commission level. And any website information that they would have will start to build out in here as well. Same thing with cruise. We'll have those broken out with our commission level as well as our primary contact. So marketing, Allie has been building out some information in marketing. If you're looking for anything as far as our brand usage, the Virtuoso brand usage, make sure you are visiting here to understand what those guidelines are. And then she does have some files listed under the marketing tab also that have our logos and letterhead and those itineraries that she's been putting together. If you want to pull any of those, they are listed under files. So this is a really great place where information is housed. It's got the content in it as well as our group chat, and then a link to our recordings from our calls. These are on the subcategory for the AndavoConnect Monday meetings. Under files is a link to each of those since March 1st. So if there's any that you ever missed, you don't have to worry about that. You can come back in here and access that recording. So hoping that this really becomes a good resource for you guys, because it does put everything that is our program resources and the chat feature all in one place. The only thing that will be in a separate place at this point will be those airline contracts, and those will still be accessed through Air Portal.
Nothing's working.
And hang on a second, I'm going to stop sharing. And so Diane, I see you have your hand raised. Did you have a question?
I do. Can you hear me?
I can, yeah.
Okay, good. So on this invite for Teams, I think I got it a while ago, but I did not implement it. I'm
Okay.
sort of back in a more normal mindset now. So can someone resend the invite?
Yes, we can. We can resend them on an individual basis. We cannot resend them as a mass group. So we can get that out to you, Diane.
Do I write to you or Meredith, or who would be the person to reach out
either, well, me primarily, but Allie and Meredith are able to resend the invitations as well. But I will get that to you this afternoon, Diane.
And then also on unused airline tickets, still in Air Portal?
For the most part, the most up-to-date information is actually going to be within Apollo or your GDS. And it's all been updated. I'm still waiting for, and Meredith, you may have the answer, if the Air Portal reports are being updated.
I mean, well, that's a good question. We are told that they are, but I think that there's still some issues with that.
I can respond to that. I had to do 5 exchanges yesterday, and I knew they had tickets, and I went into my air bank because I saw them last week, and they were not in there yesterday. So honestly, what I'm finding out, and they didn't come up under Booking Builder either, which was strange. So when I put in the reservation, Booking Builder did not show the tickets.
Okay.
And so I've been going into past itineraries for Air Portal and pulling up the client's name, because I kind of remembered, you know, that I had old tickets in there, and when I look at it, then I, you know, do the display TE to get the ticket numbers, but it was a chore to find it yesterday. So unused tickets is absolutely not accurate, and it's absolutely not accurate for MCOs, because I have to call accounting all the time and ask them if it's valid, and half the time they aren't.
They're not.
I don't know what the answer is, but you kind of have to allow time to research all this, and you have to be very careful. You know, you can't just trust the system 100%. So my recommendation is print everything right now.
Okay, we will get an update, because my understanding was everything had been imported to the database that Apollo reads from, or that the GDS systems all read from. So we will follow up on that. Any other questions? Oh, I see a comment is in. Danielle says she noticed as well with the unused tickets. And Joanne, you're not able to connect to the meeting? Are you not able to see I may have to chat with you separately.
Can you hear me?
And let me get back over here. Joanne, I'm a little confused how if you're not able to connect to the meeting, you're chatting within the meeting. So I'm not totally understanding what is happening for you. We're in the same boat. So Joanne, are you able to see the meeting? Are you able to see my screen, or you're just able to
No,
hear?
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Oh, great. No, you know what? It's just black and it keeps saying connecting. I have you on my iPhone on just the
Oh, just the
phone.
audio?
Yeah, just the audio. But then the little thing on the right will click up where I could write, but nothing comes up on the screen. So we can deal with this later, but I just want you to know I can't see anything. I don't know
Okay.
what's going on. Yeah, yeah. I can type messages, which comes up a little bit.
Yeah.
But the black screen and stuff saying connecting. And I tried 2 different computers and neither of them worked, so I don't know.
Okay.
But we'll,
Yeah.
we'll work with this later. I don't know
Yeah,
what happened.
Joanne, I will contact you separately and we'll test out to see what might be happening.
Perfect. Thanks.
Okay. Yeah. And Diane Gercio says on another subject, as we are making our own travel plans, wondering what the status of an October Andavo Connections meeting is. We are in the process of talking with a couple of hotels about space. We've gotten response from 3 that have space available, and so we're currently working through some of the contract pricing and see what it is that we can end up with. What we are looking at time frame wise is the last of September. Let me get my calendar up here and I'll give you the dates. We are looking at September 29th through October 1st. It's a Wednesday through Friday. And we don't have any kind of an agenda just yet. I had sent out the survey to see how important it was to everyone, what kind of an event we had. So I got some great responses. Majority of you responded that you're very likely to attend an in-person and that you really want vendors to be a component of it. So, things change with the CDC almost daily, as you guys know. So we're not completely firm yet on space or how many vendors we would be able to put into the space that is available. So as we get further down the line with the planning, we'll let you all know. But right now, those are the dates that we're looking at, is arrivals on Wednesday, September 29th, all-day meeting on Thursday, the 30th, and probably a half day, maybe all day on Friday, October 1st. We're also starting to talk with some of the resorts up in Park City and Deer Valley about doing either some pre or post options for you guys. So if you're out in Salt Lake, you could take advantage of going up to the mountains and spending some time. So we will get more information out to everybody on that, but it is looking like we will be able to do an in-person Andavo Connections this year. It is definitely what we want to be able to do. So, oh, and Diane just says we'll be in France in late September. Yeah, we had looked at multiple time frames, and this is it seemed like earlier in the season seemed to be a little better with the Salt Lake. Oh, going to France in late October, so hopefully you will be able to make it then. Very good. I am hoping that we'll be able to see a lot of each other. It would really be great to get together with everybody in person. Virtuoso is going to be putting out their registration soon for their Virtuoso Travel Week. I don't have a whole lot of details other than they're trying to do something virtual and in person. I don't know if it is consecutively or if the first portion will be in person, the second part virtual. I'm not exactly sure what all that will look like. The dates for Virtuoso Travel Week are Sunday, August 8th through Thursday, the 12th. And usually they had done the globetrotting on the Saturday and Sunday. I didn't see that listed on the dates in the in the Virtuoso Meetings website, but we'll have more information coming soon on the Virtuoso registrations. So if you're not able to attend in person, there will be a virtual option as well. And with that, I'm going to give Allie a little bit of time today to talk about the reviews and recommendations. She sent out an email earlier, but I just want to open it up so that she can talk through what they're turning back on and how you can use that. So Allie, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to you.
Okay, great. Thank you. So got some news that starting on June 1st, Virtuoso is going to resume their reviews and recommendations program. So good news for those of you who have been asking when that's going to get turned on. I sent out an email. If you didn't get it, please let me know. Just has some instructions on how you can look to see if you are opted into the program yourself on your Virtuoso profile. You do have to be opted in for it. So you could just simply email me if you are interested and you want to be opted in after you check to see if you are opted in or not. It is free, so it's a great program to participate in. It won't cost you anything. Basically, how it works is once the dates of your client's trip, the end date that you put in your client base on your client's leisure profile is what prompts an email that Virtuoso will send to your client on your behalf to write a review on your behalf. And I included an example of what that email looks like to your client in the email if you're interested, and also a link for the whole program page. So if you haven't seen that email, please reach out to me and let me know, and I'll make sure you get it again. And like I said, first step is check to see if you're opted in. Let me know if you're opted in and you want to be opted in anyway, and I will opt you in. I haven't found out if they are backdating the dates from when they initially paused the program. If you had any clients travel during the pause up until June 1st. I'm waiting to get an answer back on that. So as soon as I do, I'll send out some communication and let you all know. It sounds like it's just going to be from June 1st and beyond, but I will confirm that and let everybody know. So if you have any questions, reach out to me. Thank you.
Thanks, Allie. Something else to know about reviews and recommendations is it really is ideally performed through client-based invoices. We have not, and we've had some workarounds that we have tried through the Apollo or GDS invoiced bookings, and it just doesn't seem to work as seamlessly as if it is invoiced through client base. So those that are non-air, if you're doing tours or cruises, those, if you want reviews and recommendations to go out on those, that would be recommended that be invoiced through client base and not through the GDS. For those of you that use client base exclusively, your reviews and recommendations really work pretty nicely. So that doesn't seem to be an issue at all. Question came in, if you book a non-Virtuoso property and invoice through client base, does the client still receive an email for a review? Allie, I don't believe they would get a review on that property. I don't even know if a review goes out to review the advisor if it's a non-Virtuoso product.
I don't believe it is. I can confirm that. I think that's a great question to ask, but I kind of with you, Kirsten. I don't think if it's.
Excuse me, it kind of depends on what it is. If you've booked something, say, through Classic Vacations or whatever, it might not be a Virtuoso property, but because Classic is a Virtuoso preferred vendor that would generate it. If you just booked a hotel, I actually think it does, but I could be wrong on that. But I know it does generate on like tours, on sites, and things like that, whether it's a Virtuoso property that's used or not.
And it is for Virtuoso preferred suppliers that they've used on their trip. So I just read that. So that looks like the answer.
Okay, so if it is a non-Virtuoso hotel invoice just as a hotel itself, a survey would not go out on that. So it has to be a Virtuoso hotel booked as the Virtuoso hotel or a Virtuoso tour or cruise line. Do you have a forwarding system for mail for suppliers? Are you talking about mail coming to the agency or the reviews and recommendations forwarding it out to suppliers? For the agency. With our address changes, we have had forwards in place, but we have been updating those addresses with suppliers individually. So those forwards are a year old now. So they could go back as returned undeliverable to the supplier. So if that's where you are seeing those incorrect addresses. If you have a Colorado, California, or a Alabama address that is showing up, or any other state besides Utah, Utah should be the only address that is listed on any confirmations for the agency at this point. So please let us know if you are seeing anything that is coming in with a different address. We actually had one not too long ago that was incorrect and showed us as an agency in Mississippi. So we definitely want to make sure that our information is up to date, and we really rely on you guys as seeing those confirmations come through. If anything comes through incorrectly, let us know, please.
That may hit those forwarding addresses for Denver, Marin, and Alabama may have been extended. I know I got the ones for Alabama and extended it for another year. We had to pay to do that. So I'm willing to bet that Heather may have done that for Denver and Marin. I don't know that, but I know we did for Alabama.
Any other questions? Okay, and Meredith, did you have an update on upcoming webinars you wanted to give?
Yes, we have two this week. We have one tomorrow, which is Hilton, going over the new Hilton Impresario program. So please join. That is at 11 a.m. Mountain Time tomorrow. And we also have on the next day, on Wednesday, an update on the Shangri-La program that we have. It's at the same time, 11 a.m. Mountain Time. And I will resend those invites, but those are scheduled. I'm also working on we'll be having a webinar probably the following week or the next with Hyatt Privé. So it's real important to join so that you really know about these programs and how to book them, how to use them in the best way. So hopefully everybody will join these two webinars and for Hyatt Privé, and I'll be sending that out later in the week.
And Meredith, the question was asked, will the Hilton webinar be recorded? And we probably should ask that same question on any of these. Are we starting to record those?
Yes, we are starting to record these, and a couple of those have been stored already in the Teams channel. You'll see an area there where recordings are placed. So we're trying to get those. Occasionally, depending upon the vendor who's presenting, they may or may not have capability to record because it's their system, not ours, but we always ask for it.
Okay, great. Thank you. And so that again is on our Teams channel, and there is a subcategory there for vendor recordings. And Joanne has some good news. 3 bookings in the this past week, 3 rooms on Celebrity and 2 with American Cruise Lines, and 1 room with Silversea. Very good. That's excellent. Yeah, we have seen a big increase in some of the cruise bookings as well. So I think that there is good news on the horizon with CDC lifting some of the mask mandates, and hopefully we'll start seeing some of the borders opening up as well. So very good, Joanne. And as Cheryl says, way to go. Love to share some more good news if anybody else wants to jump in there as well. Or you can unmute yourself and jump in the conversation. Okay, well, it seems like you guys have quieted down a little bit. So just to reiterate, if you do not have the invitation to Teams, let me know. Diane Rutgers, I will get that out to you today. Anybody else, contact me or Allie or Meredith. We can get that invitation sent out to you. We'll follow up on the unused tickets and the update where the most up-to-date information is housed, and I get that information out to you guys. And then contact Allie if you want to be opt-in to the reviews and recommendations when it goes live June 1st.
Hey, Kirsten, this is Danielle.
Hi, Danielle.
Hi, I had some good news this week. Instead of canceling, I had the Bears Resort, I can't even pronounce the name, Nanaku or whatever, in Fiji booked for a family for 10 nights in July. Instead of canceling that, I got it rebooked for the family for next year.
Oh, awesome. That is great.
It's a family of 13. It's a 4-bedroom beachfront villa, so I'm very excited. I thought I was going to lose that booking altogether. So
yeah, well, that's exciting that they rebooked it instead of just canceling it. So
yeah,
very
so
good.
Our Bears rep is happy about that because they've been. So
did you talk to Stephanie?
Well, she's been in on it, and then
okay.
I did book it through Classic as well too. So
okay.
Yeah, so I'm very pleased. I thought for sure I was losing that booking.
Good.
Yeah.
You mentioned RevelX a while ago. Is that still in the works?
RevelX is still in the works. We're expanded our beta group out to a few more users, and so we are doing still some more testing. There is some enhancements that we are doing with the hotel piece of it. The air piece is working great. You can book your flights. It will go through to our international air desk and have any air contracts applied to it prior to ticketing. The hotel piece, the challenge is the amenity programs with the different rate codes. So the rate codes are all loaded in. We're seeing those being returned. There are, so the enhancements that we're looking to have added there's 2 main ones. One is to be able to view the amenities that go with that program. The second is to be able to do a name search when you're looking for availability for a hotel. Right now, the hotel search is a general search, and you can filter it by chain code or by star rating, but there is no option to do a hotel name search. So they are working on that with their programmers, and as we have that, we'll get it tested out. But we are very close to being able to release this out to everybody. And then you would have access to book the airline tickets and gain commission, plus booking the hotels, cars through our program. Phase 2 of this would then be using the tour and cruise option, and probably go through cruises first before we work into the tours. And that would be a place that you could then shop for cruises. The Virtuoso rates are passed through, so you'd be able to sell a Virtuoso cruise through Revelex as well. And then the last piece that we will roll out, and it'll be down the line, will be some of the tour operator bookings as well. So, and Laura, great, really use a way to use airs. So this would be a great option for you. And you can book multi-passenger records in Revelex, which not all online booking tools allow you to do that. So we will be getting some more information out. I am very eager to get this moving and have it usable for all of you guys. It is a great system, and really looking forward to you guys to seeing it and using it and giving us your feedback too.
Is there any way to see unpublished air rates without Revelex?
Actually, Revelex is published air. So unpublished air is going to be through consolidators, which there's no way to pull those in at this point. You would need to go to each consolidator to find that content. So Revelex is going to give you GDS content. So it is published air, and then you would gain commissions on that based on our airline contracts. The hotel programs also include BCD and Thor, which are more of the discounted hotel programs that span more of the, just the full gamut of hotel chains and hotel content. But then we also have our Virtuoso Four Seasons, Hyatt Privé, the Marriott programs. Those are all loaded into the hotel modules for Revelex.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Any other questions? All right. Well, thank you guys for joining in. Appreciate the questions and the comments and the feedback. We will let you guys all go and finish out your Mondays, and we will see you again next week. Bye, everybody.